Looking for a unique online gaming experience? Well, Golden Nugget's online live dealer games are changing the way people play online in New Jersey. Broadcast live from an exclusive studio at the Golden Nugget Atlantic City and streamed directly to you, the player, on your smartphone or your laptop, Live Dealer creates a true casino floor experience online. The dealers even have their own unique personalities, talking to you as they deal the cards. It's almost like being in the Golden Nugget in Atlantic City.
And as long as you're within the New Jersey limits, you can play from wherever you happen to be or on the go. Tablet, phone, or desktop, wherever you are, you can enjoy the Live Dealer experience. Play Golden Nugget's online Live Dealer today in real time, 7 days a week, now from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. Blackjack, roulette, baccarat, all live in real time on GoldenNuggetCasino.com.
Get started today at GoldenNuggetCasino.com and take part in the newest and most unique online gaming experience a casino can offer. Golden Nugget's online live dealer, truly the next evolution of online gaming. Must be 21 years or older, New Jersey only, problem gambler, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Welcome to another weekly installment of Turnpike Sports. I am Dave Weishuttle, as always joined by co-host and producer Doug Weishuttle. Doug, hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Dave, how you doing today?
Oh, great. What's coming up?
Well, we got our normal segments with the injury report. We also have the Turnpike Sports police blotter, and we're also going to do a little talking about the O.J. Simpson situation that just recently happened. We have the UCLA kids, and we also are going to talk a little Jerry Jones and also Major League Baseball awards. Oh,
great week for Major League Baseball. Excellent awards. As always, Doug, tell people how to get a hold of us.
To get in touch with us over here at Turnpike Sports, you can call or text us at 609-512-5910. That's 609-512-5910. You can reach us on Twitter or Facebook at Turnpike Sports. And as always, you can email us at info@turnpikesportsradio.com.
And we're always glad to get your recommendations for police blotter. You know, we got an extended police blotter because I think we've been cutting them short a little bit. We've been the interviews have been running longer, so we devoted a whole section to the police blotter. Info@turnpikesportsradio.com for your suggestions, or hey, you have a local athlete in your local newspaper, you want to send it along to us, and we'll talk about it.
And, of course, we're going to have our pick segment with our Vedic astrologer, Simon Chukwiski.
He hit it out of the park last week, man. He got all his picks right, I think.
Yes, he did. He actually surprised me with those, and he did a great job.
Yep. And remember to pick up his book, Gambler's Dharma, Sports Betting with Vedic Astrology, and check out his website at spirittype.com.
All righty. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
You know, ever since we started this show, people have been asking for advice. Usually it's what team to bet on this week. You got the Patriots or Steelers, Chicago, Detroit. Well, let me tell you this. Where you're betting at is just as important as who you're betting on. So that's why I tell people to go to mybookie.ag. Use promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E, for up to a 100% deposit bonus. There are a lot of online sports books out there. MyBookie.ag is the only one that gets my stamp of approval, and you know I don't give that out lightly. To get my endorsement, I've got to personally use them, and that means they have to be the best. And MyBookie.ag is by far the best sports book I've used. The rep is rock solid. They do 100% cash bonuses, so off the bat you're making money for doing nothing. And they have the fastest payouts. Seriously, just 2 business days. It's no different from betting in a glitzy Las Vegas casino, but you can do it right from your smartphone. Go to mybookie.ag to place your bets and tell them I sent you by using promo code PIKE. Get over there and get the best odds anywhere.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Doug Weishuttle with your Turnpike Sports Weekly Injury Report. Well, the injuries continue to pile up in the NFL. The Seattle Seahawks lost their star defensive back Richard Sherman for the year when he ruptured his Achilles tendon during last week's Thursday night game against the Arizona Cardinals. The Cleveland Browns placed linebacker Jamie Collins on injury reserve for the remainder of the season. Collins tore his MCL and the Browns lost to the Detroit Lions. Los Angeles Chargers quarterback Phillip Rivers has been placed in the league's concussion protocol after experiencing symptoms of a possible head injury following their loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Carolina Panthers rookie wide receiver Curtis Samuel is out for the year due to ligament damage suffered after Miami Dolphins defensive back Rashad Jones rolled over Samuel's ankle when diving for an interception. Over in the NBA, Utah Jazz center Rudy Gobert will miss 4 to 6 weeks due to a bone bruise suffered in their game against the Miami Heat. The Brooklyn Nets will be without starting point guard D'Angelo Russell for a few games with what the team is calling a left knee contusion. Russell, who was having a breakout season for the Nets, was injured in the Nets game against the Utah Jazz. An MRI is scheduled for Sunday. And in the NHL, New York Islander forward Nikolai Kulemin will be out 6 months following successful surgery on an undisclosed upper body injury. This is Doug Weishuttle for Turnpike Sports. Come back next week, and in the meantime, let's be careful out there.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. Now it's time for my favorite segment. By the way, it's going to be a longer segment because I think the last couple of weeks we've had interviews that have gone really long, and I think we've shortchanged the police blotter, which is everyone's favorite part. So we're going to have an extended version of it.
We'll call it the holiday.
The holiday, yes, the Thanksgiving version of the police blotter. By the way, I have no idea what's coming up. Doug has this pile of police reports that he brings over to the studio, and I have no idea what he's going to say, so it's a surprise to me, too. And I know people are sending in their own police reports from other athletes that they have locally, so keep sending them in, info@turnpikesportsradio.com. So,
or you can post them on the Twitter or Facebook, both at Turnpike Sports.
Absolutely. So, without further ado...
And welcome to another edition of the Turnpike Sports Police Blotter.
All right.
As always, the Turnpike Sports Police Blotter is brought to you by BeanGenius.com.
Love Bean Genius.
Have some of the best coffee in the country delivered right to your door when you subscribe to Bean Genius. And now get 10% off your subscription when you sign up at BeanGenius.com using our promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service.
By the way, it makes for a good holiday gift, too, by the way.
And you can actually get subscriptions for as gift subscriptions.
All
as
right.
I can say that completely wrong.
By the way, I just brought up the holidays, so Doug can say gift subscriptions.
Oh, thank you very much. But if you go to BeanGenius.com, you can get 10% off a subscription as a gift for your family, friends, whatever. It's always great to give the gift of coffee.
Yep, and use the promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. Doug, what do we got?
All right, first up. Former Major League Baseball player and former World Series MVP, Josh Beckett.
Oh, okay. I like I said, I don't know what's coming up, but I do read the news, and I've seen this in the news. So go ahead, Doug.
Well, little Joshy over there. He was in Texas, and he got arrested there. Oh. He was at a country music club, and he was arrested for allegedly tackling the lead singer of a country band during an open mic night.
Okay, open mic. So these guys were amateur musicians, I guess, if it's an open mic, and he gets up and was he making fun of Josh Beckett, or what was he doing?
These guys were just doing their set. It was open mic. They were up there doing their set. And this is, according to TMZ, this was first reported.
Okay.
Josh went full linebacker on the lead singer.
Wow.
He jumped up on the stage, tackled him, and took him off the stage. He just took him right out.
Which song were they singing? They must have sucked. Wow.
I don't know if they were sucking. I don't know if they were good or whatever.
Is there indication that he knew Josh Beckett? Or
no one had any indication what the hell Josh was doing. So,
Josh.
Well, here, he admitted to stage diving.
Oh, well, okay, wait a minute. He's claiming he was stage diving, and the other guy's claiming he was tackling him?
And he had the nerve to say, I got hurt. Josh.
Josh got hurt? Oh.
Yeah, he hit his leg on the speaker and hurt his leg.
I don't know what's dumber, tackling a lead singer or trying to stage dive. He must be in his 40s by now, right?
He is 37.
37? Oh, okay.
Acts like 7.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess being that fat makes you look older.
This gets more interesting here because the arresting officer determined that Beckett was a danger to himself and others.
Rightly so, apparently.
And took him in. And not only was Beckett claiming he was hurt, the lead singer is hurt. Beckett's tackle tore a rotator cuff and dislocated the singer's shoulder.
Wow.
Yeah, and Beckett's over there claiming, and this is his claim, it was just horseplay and I didn't mean for anyone to get hurt. I'm trying to do what I can to make amends for my actions. I don't know how you can make amends for being an idiot like that. Right. I mean, in a club, he does, like TMZ said, full linebacker, took him out. They even have video up on their website. If you guys want to check it out, I think you'd have a ball looking at this because I just don't even understand what he was doing. He was public intoxication was the charge. Well, so obviously.
But by the way, I want to give an appeal out to anyone who was in the club, who has any footage, any photos, info@turnpikesportsradio.com, because I need to see this. I need to see Josh Beckett either tackle the guy or attempt a stage dive. Crazy.
This is what you want to see from your World Series MVPs.
There you go.
All right, next up.
By the way, the next one's going to be hard to top that one. But
no, I had to lead with the best shot there.
Oh, so. Yeah, no, good. Yeah.
So here we go. University of Arkansas quarterback Cole Kelly was arrested in Fayetteville, Arkansas. The charges were driving while intoxicated and careless driving. The arresting officer was following his Tundra. The Tundra struck the curb, and then both the passenger side wheels went up onto the curb.
Okay.
So he pulled him over. The officer noticed his eyes were red and watery. He conducted a field sobriety test. Now, the kid declined doing the breathalyzer, so he did the cop did 2 other tests. He failed them both. He was arrested for driving while intoxicated and careless driving. He's indefinitely suspended from the team.
Okay. Well,
so that one's...
right in the middle of the year. Was it Arkansas, you said? He's a Razorback?
University of Arkansas Razorback.
Oh, all right. He's a Razorback.
Needless to say, the people in Arkansas were definitely embarrassed by his actions and told everybody that these quarterbacks like him are held to a higher standard because he's a football player for University of Arkansas.
Well, yeah, he's a
so
Razorback.
he is indefinitely suspended from the team. Next up, we have Eastern Washington University quarterback Gage Gubrid. Probably sure I'm mispronouncing that name.
Eastern Washington?
Eastern Washington University quarterback.
I don't even know what their mascot is. I don't,
I've actually never even thought to look up Eastern
Washington
University.
Go with the report. I want to see what the Eastern Washington. I'm going to Google it while you speak.
Quarterback Gage and his fellow linebacker Kurt Calhoun were arrested for allegedly trying to stop police from arresting their friend who was being arrested on a malicious mischief charge. Now, the malicious mischief charge, I did a little digging and found out what this one was. Their friend was kicking over a railing at a place called the Mason Jar.
First off, absolutely love the name of that bar, the Mason Jar.
The Mason Jar, well, it's one of those things where it's a great name for a bar. It's a great name to obviously run into a lot of trouble with the law. So they weren't doing anything initially, but their friend was, and they tried to step allegedly in. Their friend was kicking over the railing at the place called the Mason Jar. I don't even know if it's an actual bar or restaurant, whatever, but supposedly the friend was kicking over the railing. I don't even know what kind of railing he's kicking over. I guess it's a one of those rope bars or whatever. I don't know what it is, but they stopped the policeman from trying to arrest their friend, and they got arrested for obstructing a public servant.
So they did the legal equivalent of I'm with stupid.
They did the legal equivalent of trying to be good friends stupidly in the worst possible way. So they are both now suspended, at least for one game. So we don't know exactly how long suspension is going to last. So yeah, they're suspended.
Hate to disappoint everyone, but my internet is down, so I don't even know what Eastern Washington University mascot is.
Let's move on to the next one.
All right.
All righty. The University of Washington again, another Washington State team. University of Washington.
What the hell's going on in Washington State? My God.
Obviously nothing if they're getting into trouble left and right. So they have nothing else to do but stupidity. University of Washington linebacker senior Azim Victor was arrested for allegedly driving 76 miles an hour in an aggressive and unsafe manner. I don't know exactly what aggressive and unsafe manner. I guess he was doing illegal lane changes while speeding. I don't know exactly what makes up that charge. But he was found with a blood alcohol content of .097, legal limits .08, so he was over.
Yep, a little over.
Now, I was curious about I-5, because his 76 doesn't sound like he was driving a hell of a lot fast, unless this is like a 25
this is like a
road.
25 mile an hour.
Average speed limit there is 55. It does go down to 50. He did this at the wrong time because they are now talking about changing the speed limit from 55 to 65, so he might have been okay if he waited another couple of weeks.
Well, I don't think this was just speeding from what you're saying. I'm sure he probably crossed lanes or did something weird.
Well, like I said, it has to be something like a legal lane change or something while he's speeding through the traffic, or he's swerving in and out of the lanes or whatever it was. But I-5 is an interstate that goes all the way down from Canada all the way down to the to California, Southern California, all that stuff. So it's a long road. So now this kid's having some trouble, and I took a look at exactly what his background is. This kid was pegged as a first-round talent entering into this season. Now, he was suspended at the first game of the season for failing a drug test. He lost his starting job in October to another kid. And this is after missing the last month of last season for a broken leg. So he's been having a whole string of bad luck here. He was arrested for suspicion of driving under the influence, and we'll just see what happens. This is another kid that's suspended indefinitely from the team.
I will guarantee he'll be a draft pick from the Cleveland Browns. Just guarantee it.
Or the Oakland Raiders.
It just sounds like
I'm sorry, Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, they just broke ground. So get it right. It looks like they're going to be doing their practice in Henderson. So they're going to have a practice facility in Henderson, Nevada.
So wait. They're going to be...
Is it Nevada or Nevada? I've been told two ways by another crazy radio guy.
Honestly,
Nevada.
I don't care. Okay. Say it however you want. Nevada. Everyone knows what we're talking about. You just said something. Now, they've got the stadium...
Raiders?
The Raiders got the stadium in Las Vegas.
Yep.
Their practice facility is in Henderson.
Yep.
Two towns that have casinos.
Oh.
And no one's having trouble with any of this stuff.
Well, apparently people are having trouble with it because there's going to be a Supreme Court case on it. Oh, here we go.
You got it working?
Well, yeah. All this.
As you can tell, we've been...
By the way, we've been vamping. So it's Eastern Washington Eagles. Eastern Washington Eagles.
Well, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, isn't that the state with the most Eagles in it or something?
I have no clue. But no, Eastern Washington are the Eagles.
I was waiting for it to be like something like the Eastern Washington Sasquatches or Gigantos or something, some kind of cryptozoological stuff. But it's the extended little version of the
extended little version?
Okay. Yeah, I know.
By the way, hey, if you guys have any news from your home states about any athletes in your states, be sure to drop us a line, info@turnpikesportsradio.com.
Also, Twitter, Facebook.
That's right.
Turnpike Sports. And also, if you want to text it in or call it in, 609-512-5910. 609-512-5910. That's the Turnpike Sports hotline.
All right, stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports. We'll get back to the show in a few moments, but I just wanted to take some time and tell everyone about Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country. They feature over 2,000 specialty coffee blends, all at your fingertips at beangenius.com. Here's how it works. Head on over to beangenius.com and take their palate profiler test to find out what coffee best fits your taste. Then select from a variety of subscription plans. Every subscription comes with free shipping, and delivery can even be scheduled for once or twice each month. And based upon your review of each coffee blend you try, Bean Genius actually learns your individual taste preferences and then suggests future coffee blends for you. And now you can get 10% off your Bean Genius subscription when you use our promo code PIKE at checkout. Bean Genius offers a variety of subscription plans to suit any coffee lover's needs. Subscribe with Bean Genius today and start enjoying some of the best tasting coffee around. And save 10% off your coffee plan with promo code PIKE.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Welcome back, Turnpike Sports with you. Wow, Doug, that sounds like an amazingly old recording. What was that?
That was the original recording in 1908 of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, sung by Edward Meeker. Again, September 1908, and it was done on a Edison record.
Edison record. Well, I don't think there were too many other kinds of records back then. But very appropriate song because a couple nights ago, the MLB had a big night giving away their awards. And, Doug, any surprises?
Not really.
I had some surprises. Not who won, but how close they were. Well, let's start with American League. I don't think Jose Altuve, was any question. I know some Yankees fans thought Aaron Judge would win it, but...
See, that's what surprised me. Aaron Judge getting 27 second-place votes. He only got 2 first place.
Well, look, from beginning to end, Altuve was consistently great the entire year. Judge had that slump the second part of the season. And you know what? It was after the damn home run contest that I always say screws up a hitter's swing. Always.
Well, I think it screwed up his chances of getting the MVP.
Well, yeah, probably. There was a slump, but he did get Rookie of the Year. But we'll hit that in a little bit.
Well, the other thing is Altuve is tied for the shortest AL MVP winner. And
at 5'6".
At 5'6", and Stanton at 6'6".
Who is the National League MVP?
He actually is tied for the tallest. So we had the opposite of extremes in the height department with these two MVPs.
When I say surprises, this is the one I'm surprised about. Stanton had such an amazing year that I didn't think Votto would come this close. And actually, it was the third closest voting for MVP in league history. And no disrespect to Joey Votto, but I don't think he had the kind of year that Stanton had. And I was surprised that he even got that close.
You know, it was one of those things. It was nice seeing Stanton at least get a full year in. This is his very first full year in a long, long time, if ever. I think he had 159 games. Yeah,
absolutely. After 131 out last year, I think this was huge for him just to get back into the swing of things, and then he comes back with a 59 homer, 132 RBI season. So good for him.
And now he might be potentially on the trading block.
What does Jeter do now? Boy, Jeter stepped into an ownership position. He almost has to trade him because I don't think...
What's he getting? He's getting, what, 25
million a year.
And then next year he's getting 26
I think
or something
it goes
like
up.
that.
It keeps going up.
Well, if you can find somebody to take that kind of salary on, or at least pay part of it, you might have a chance to get the trade going. But you got to get a boatload of
So Derek Jeter
back.
has a challenge right off the bat.
It's part of the business.
Yep.
It's kind of really not a great thing to have that kind of salary on your payroll there, but they made that deal. Now looks like they're trying to get rid of him even after winning an MVP. All right, let's move on to the Cy Young Awards for this year. We have in the American League, Corey Kluber. He's the first 2-time Cy Young winner for the Indians, and he had a great year. He went 18-4, 2.25 ERA, and he had 265 strikeouts. Over in the National League, we have Max Scherzer.
Absolutely no surprise there.
Second consecutive Cy Young and his third overall. He had a 2.51 ERA, a .9 WHIP, 16-6 records, and he led the NL with 268 strikeouts.
I think that's the guy on pace for the Hall of Fame. Boy, if he keeps it up a couple more years, I think he's a lock for that.
Has anyone ever won 3 Cy Youngs in a row?
I don't know.
Because that's where he's heading right now. 2 in a row with the Cy Youngs here. He's got 3 overall, 2 in a row now. If he wins the third one, you can't say anything but Hall of Fame with this guy.
I think that's a lock.
All right, Rookie of the Years. American League, Aaron Judge. There was no question on that.
No, absolutely no question. I don't even think that was a horse race for that one.
52 home runs. He was actually...
And he had a slump. Like I said, he had a slump right after the home run derby, which I hate.
He had a stretch, had people thinking that he was going to hit 60.
Well, yeah. Well, he was on pace for it until I think he had... I don't even know what the hell he hit in July and August. What an awful month for him.
Well, I don't think that home run derby did him any justice.
No,
and also, I think
it does no one any justice. It does absolutely no one any justice.
Honestly, I think it was more the break that did it more than anything, because he was hitting really good up until the All-Star break, and then all of a sudden he came out of the All-Star break and it was terrible. He just couldn't hit anything. And over in the National League, we have Cody Bellinger. He is the second consecutive Dodger to win the NL Rookie of the Year.
I know they have a great team. I think they're going to have a great team for a long time. I think that's bad news for my Phillies.
Well,
but you're gonna see them in the playoffs an awful lot.
If he can actually recreate this, I mean, he had the rookie record with 39 home runs.
Yeah, well, yeah,
for the NL.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think he, like I said, a great young team, and they're going to be really good. I think LA Dodgers and the New York Yankees have the best young talent in the major leagues, and I think you're going to see them in the playoffs a lot over the next 5 to 6 years.
Well, one of the things you're going to see a lot of is the Houston Astros. I think that's a great team there right now, and I think the Dodgers are going to have to try and contend with them before they go to the World Series. I can't see them getting past Houston right now, to be honest with you. Let's move on to Manager of the Year. We've got American League Paul Molitor and National League.
Who, by the way, took a really crappy Twins team.
They lost 100 games last year.
I think he's one of the first coaches to bring a team back after a 100-game losing year.
And he's
if I even said that right.
Yeah, you got it right. They lost 100 games a year before, and Molitor turned it around and took him to the postseason.
Yep, good for him.
Second Hall of Famer to win AL Manager of the Year.
I have his baseball card as a player, so I got to go find it now.
You're showing your age on that.
I know.
In the National League, we have Torey Lovullo for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
93-win team.
93-win team. So
I never thought I'd say that. Arizona has a 93-win team. Wow.
And he had a 24-game turnaround from last year to this year. So that's one of the reasons why he got the honor this year.
Well, congratulations to all the winners and all the runner-ups. Absolutely fun year. But, when dealing with these awards, Doug, I think you found some very interesting stats.
Well, not stats, some little trivia questions, and we can actually talk about these. Who is the only Astros player besides Jose Altuve to win a Most Valuable Player award?
I have absolutely no idea.
Jeff Bagwell in 1994. That was back when they were an NL team.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Then we have here's a little stat here. Tigers' Willie Hernandez in 1984 was the most recent player to win AL MVP and win the World Series in the same season.
84, really?
That's the time. That was the most recent time an AL MVP also won the World Series.
Wow, that's strange.
That's a little interesting little tidbit there.
It's strange. An MVP, a lot of people think that has to go to a winning team because you're not the most valuable player if your team is losing. And I think that's an interesting question. And it falls on both sides of the fence. I mean, hey, you know what? It's an individual award, but you know what? If you're not helping your team win, or if you're in a losing team, you probably shouldn't get it. But that's an interesting question, interesting stat.
Here we go. This is a trivia question that for our New York listeners, this should actually bring up some memories. Who hit the most career home runs among major leaguers who played at the University of Miami?
Ooh, I have no idea.
Mike Piazza.
Mike Piazza, huh?
427 home runs.
Wow. Okay.
And here's a little trivia. Gil McDougald, 1951, was the first Yankee to win the Rookie of the Year award.
1951, really?
Yep.
Was there a Rookie of the Year before that? Maybe that's it.
1947 was the first Rookie of the Year award.
Yeah. All right. Okay, yeah, because I'm thinking, in the 20s, 1927 is hailed as the best Yankees team ever, and you would think there'd be a rookie on that, but who knows? Boy.
Here, we'll do one last one before ending the segment. Which two teams are tied for the most American League Rookie of the Year awards? Now, I narrowed it down.
Wait, no, don't narrow it down. What's the question again?
Which two teams are tied for the most American League Rookie of the Year awards? Don't think national, think American. As the question said, yeah.
I'll go Yankees, Red Sox.
Yankees, A's.
Yankees, A's.
Both have 8.
Wow, okay.
Tell you what, you want one more trivia?
Give me one more.
All righty,
I got half a point on that one, I guess.
Who was the last pitcher to strike out 300 or more batters in a season but not lead the league?
Steve Carlton?
This guy was a Philly.
Oh, Is it Robin Roberts? Is that what you're talking
Kurt Schilling.
Kurt Schilling. Oh, my God.
Second only to his teammate in Arizona.
For some reason, I never think of him as a Philly. I know he played with Francona for the Phillies, but he also, I think he's more well-known for a bloody sock up in Boston. But
well, I think he's more well-known on the West Coast for his Arizona Diamondback days because his teammate was the guy who led the league with Randy Johnson at 334, and Kurt had 316 that same year.
Okay.
All righty.
All right. All right, stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
You've been hearing me talk about MyPillow and the benefits of using it to get a good night's sleep, alleviate your sore neck and back, and the special deal you can get from MyPillow through the show. Well, not only can you pick up the special deal for 4 MyPillows when you use promo code CARDS, but now you can get $100 off your purchase of the MyPillow mattress. Yeah, that's right, the MyPillow mattress. The MyPillow mattress comes with a 10-year warranty and a 120-day money-back guarantee. The MyPillow mattress is made up of 3 unique layers, providing you the comfort and support to fall asleep and stay asleep all night. It even has the luxurious Dream Soft cover, which is stain-resistant and stays cool all night. Just head on over to MyPillow.com, click on the MyPillow mattress link, and enter promo code CARDS at checkout to get $100 off your order. Or call 1-800-319-7913 to order by phone. That's MyPillow.com or call 1-800-319-7913 and use promo code CARDS. Better sleep starts with MyPillow.
Have you ever wanted something so bad that you do just about anything for it? Well, that's exactly how we feel about you. That's right. AdamandEve.com wants you so bad. We're giving you 10 free gifts with your first order. You heard me right. That's 10 free gifts to spice up your love life. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, an adventurous toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. That's 10 free gifts for you shy types who've never tried Adam and Eve before. Just go to AdamandEve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, a sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code BABE16 at checkout, and you'll get all 10 free gifts, including free shipping. That's offer code BABE16. That's BABE 16 at AdamandEve.com.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. You want to check us out online, turnpikesportsradio.com. And right now, we kind of have an update of a story Doug did last week. Doug, what's the latest on the UCLA basketball players caught for shoplifting in China, which is the most bizarre story I've seen in a long time?
Well, actually, this entire show is turning into one extended police
I know.
blotter,
Boy, it's terrible.
Well,
it's like it's one of those things where athletes are doing so many stupid things.
This has been an incredible week, and we'll get into some of the other things too. But off the field more than on the field.
This goes beyond police blotter. This is international incident type territory. So, what's the latest on UCLA?
Well, I'm sure everyone's been following what happened with the 3 UCLA basketball players creating the international incident by shoplifting over in China. It's LiAngelo Ball, which is the younger brother of Lonzo Ball, Cody Riley, and Jalen Hall from the UCLA men's basketball team. Now, they were arrested in China. They were detained. They are now back in the United States, free on whatever bail that they posted over in China.
That's unclear. I'm not hearing bail. I'm not hearing
They paid their bail, something like $2,200.
Okay, but that was for China. Correct.
Right. They haven't. There's no crime in the United States.
There's no crime in the United States.
That's the fun part.
That was
here.
one of those things. Who paid the bail or anything like that? I'm not hearing any of that yet.
Well,
but President Trump got involved.
Well, he was over there anyway on a goodwill trip, just like these kids.
Yeah, right.
But he didn't get into the type of trouble. He met with the president of the Chinese government. I guess he was asking for leniency or some kind of expeditious treatment of this, and it worked. So he obviously took full credit.
Yeah, well, he was also tweeting. I think he wanted to be thanked by them. That was the impression. That was such a passive aggressive thing from the president. Do you think they'll thank me? And they ended up thanking him, which was pretty much the right thing to do, I guess.
And he still had to make a comment.
Oh,
after he said you're welcome to them. Basically, he said you should also thank the Chinese president too, because you were facing a lot of trouble there. And he said, "Have a great life."
I want to see a Twitter war between Lonzo Ball and the president, or the father of Lonzo Ball and the president.
Lamar Ball. Big Baller Brand versus
Big
the
Baller,
Donald.
who, by the way, got rejected by the trademark office. Big Baller sports thing, or whatever his thing is. Big Baller Brand. Apparently there was a Little Baller kids clothing thing that...
So basically he kicked the crap out of the little kids' trademark, correct?
Well, no, they wouldn't allow Big Baller Brand because there's a Little Baller Brand. So
I don't think you get those confused, quite honestly.
But back to this crime. I mean, not only did they shoplifted in 3 different stores. This is like a crime wave over there. What the hell were they thinking?
Did this change your opinion? Because no one knew about the 3 stores until yesterday.
Yeah, when I first heard about it, I was wondering, was there some kind of mistake making? Did the guy actually put something in his pocket by mistake and walk out? But now that I know it's 3 separate stores, it kind of changes it a bit for me. But, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And I'm curious to see where the next steps are. I know UCLA suspended them indefinitely, but now they have to decide what else to do. Are they going to suspend them for half a year? Are they going to suspend them for an entire year? One of the interesting things I've read is UCLA is worried about suspending them for the entire year because some of these kids can transfer. And I'm just wondering, is there anything the NCAA can do beyond the school to keep that from happening? I mean, you can't get suspended for breaking the code of a school and go to another school and benefit by transferring. It's just I'm wondering if the NCAA can actually do anything about this beyond the school.
Well, if they're going to transfer, they better make sure they escort them off the property and not let them go to any stores before they leave, because obviously they have sticky fingers a little bit here. But the other question they're faced with is who's paying their legal bills.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, sure.
I mean,
I wonder,
I can't see UCLA. I can't see UCLA saying, "Hey, you're going to have to pay your own bills."
Well, that brought me to the fact that who paid their bail. Is it UCLA, or do they have to go back to China and face more charges?
They may
have to face trial.
What
the next steps are? This is a mess. It's an
and
mess.
then you have the Chinese government saying that they responded to Trump. They said that we don't know if Trump really had any effect on this, but we said we were going to treat this expeditiously, and we did.
Well,
so they're not going to give the Donald any credit whatsoever.
Well, and the basketball players, rightly so, they thank the president, they thank the Chinese government, they thank the Chinese police, and they should be thanking their lucky stars that they're back home. And
they did not thank the Chinese president. Let's move on to what's, like I said, becoming an extended version of the police blotter here. We have O.J. Simpson.
This is ridiculous. This guy, he gets out in October. October 1st, I believe, was the date of his
That's correct.
release from prison. And what happens? It's November now.
Before we get into this, I have a question. What were you more tired of hearing about? O.J. Simpson stories or this UCLA stuff?
No, O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson has been 20 years. 20 years. This guy.
Constant. You would think he'd lay low for a little while.
Unbelievable.
Well, he was over in Vegas, and he went to the Cosmopolitan Hotel. Now, this was a casino hotel that opened while he was in prison.
A very ritzy place, too.
High-end.
High-end.
Well, that's what they call it.
Ritzy. That's an old-age term for high-end.
He became disruptive at the Click Bar in the Cosmo.
Allegedly, they thought he was drunk, right? But he's denying that.
I actually prefer TMZ's phrasing.
Okay.
He allegedly got wasted.
Okay.
Then became extremely unruly. I don't even know what he was mad about. They don't even say what he was angry at. All they say is he was reportedly angry at the hotel staff, and then glasses started breaking at the bar.
Wow.
So I don't know. I don't know what he did. I don't know what happened. I don't know who did what.
So he's permanently banned now, from what I understand, right?
Well, the nice way they phrased it, and I'm looking for the exact phrase so I don't screw this up here. He was served with a.
I think they call it a trespass notice.
Trespass notice from the hotel, and they are not commenting on it whatsoever. Which all the information is coming really from Simpson's attorney. He has acknowledged that Simpson has been banned from the hotel, the casino. We'll just see what happens here. I mean,
for everyone out there, trespass notice is a legal notice saying you are not welcome on our premises anymore. If you step foot on our premises, we'll call the cops. So basically, that's what that is. And I'm sure it's, if he violates that, I'm sure there's a problem with his probation. So I don't think he'll be seen at the Cosmopolitan too much longer.
According to all the reports, when security showed up, all of a sudden he became nice. He was fine. He was smiling as they escorted him out.
He realized he was on probation.
Yeah, they didn't have to do anything to him other than just escort him out, and they escorted him out permanently.
From one moron to another moron.
This is another story I have gotten so sick of hearing about. Although I have to admit, the new twist on it makes it a little more interesting with Jerry Jones and the league going after each other. Ezekiel Elliott, this all stemmed from his suspension. He finally stopped all the legal proceedings. Although he's denying that.
Jerry Jones is denying any of this is because of Elliott's suspension, which is crap.
Everyone knows Elliott got suspended for 6 games.
And he just agreed to
drop all legal proceedings.
Charges.
He's actually got the NFLPA angry at him for doing this because the NFLPA said courtroom is right now their only legal battlefield.
They hate that collective bargaining agreement. They
should never have agreed to it.
Well, guess what? It means there's going to be a strike later on. There's definitely going to be a strike.
I honestly don't see that, to be honest with you. There's too much money here.
This is the most powerful the NFL will ever be because the players aren't going to allow a contract like this ever again. This collective bargaining agreement is terrible for the players. They're not going to let that happen again.
Well, they gave up certain things, and it came back and bit them on the ass.
Well, yeah, they went for the money.
This is the new twist. Everyone's gotten a hold of this letter that was sent by the league, not from Roger Goodell, but by the attorney for the league. It's the outside counsel. Sent it over to Jerry Jones and accused him of detrimental actions to the league. Let's see if I get the phrasing here. I'm going to read this. The letter claims, quote, there is no legitimate basis for Mr. Jones to circulate to the full ownership a 3-month-old document from a consultant to the committee. It also says that Jones's antics, this is a quote, antics, whatever their motivation, are damaging the league. It's urging Mr. Jones to support the committee's deliberations, not attempting to sabotage them. They're referring to this 3-month-old report that's where that $50 million salary thing came into play. That was from an outside consultant who was actually looking at Roger Goodell's job and exactly what he was worth to the league. And that's what the consultant said. It's an old report. I don't know what's going on with that. But the report said $50 million, free private jet, and free family health care permanently.
Yeah. Well, you see, the whole kicker for this is the way the NFL works and the ownership committees work is that the owners voted in a unanimous basis to extend Goodell's contract. After that vote, that goes to a compensation committee, which are in charge of figuring out the details of the contract for the extension. Jones, I believe, was kicked off of that committee, and it's run by Arthur Blank.
He was never really part of the committee. He was invited by Arthur Blank. He was an ad hoc, non-voting member, which means you can sit in on the meetings and you can make your comments. Your words don't really mean anything other than just what we hear.
But he's not even that anymore.
But Arthur Blank kicked him off.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now they're not talking to each other
Yeah, I
either.
know. They did. Did you see the last game they were at? They didn't even say hi to each other.
No, and I don't blame Arthur Blank, to be honest with you.
Jones voted for the extension like every other owner did, and now he has a problem extending him. I mean, he made a decent point where he's saying, he's going to 2019, so why do we have to extend him at this moment? But it just doesn't make sense from where he's going.
But he was one of the unanimous group that said let's
absolutely absolutely
reinstate him or give him the extension, whatever.
And then Elliott got suspended, and everything seemed to change. I'm not saying it's connected. I'm just saying it looks like it's connected.
Let's go back a little further too. He was one of the guys that was all gung ho about suspending Brady for Deflategate. He was one of the leaders in all this, and all of a sudden now when it's one of his star players getting suspended, he raises a little stink here. And quite honestly,
Well, that's what it appears. I mean, he's claiming it's not, but it just appears that way. It's the timing of his problem with Goodell, and so,
I just like the fact with this letter that was sent by outside counsel from the league, not from Goodell himself. Goodell's the one who has to impose the penalty.
Yeah, I know, that'd be great.
And I was looking this up. One of the most extreme penalties is forcing an owner to sell his team.
Yeah, exactly. That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
There's no way that's going to happen.
No, it can't get to that level.
Other owners won't let that happen because they're afraid of what's happening to them, and so there's no way that's going to happen. And you know what? And Jones is not going to sue the NFL. This is all bluster. This is stupid. Elliott's going to serve his suspension.
He's going to be back by Christmas
Goodell is
Eve.
going to be extended, and all this will blow over, and they'll make a couple more $1 billion next year.
I think probably one of the more perfect fines that Goodell could level is a $50 million fine.
I don't even think that's happening.
Well, just to get his salary, he can do that.
Well.
That would be a perfect fine for it. It'll be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of weeks here, because this is going to come to a head in some way, shape, or form. And Jerry Jones seems to be a little out of control with this stuff.
Well,
but you know what? That's the way he is.
No,
that's the way he is. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it to a certain extent. This is becoming a distraction even more so than the court battle between Elliott and the league. The NFLPA is probably laughing their butts off right now looking at this, because now it's the league against one of their own instead of league against one of the players.
Well, it's hard to predict how this will turn out. Something that's easier to predict will be coming from Simon Chalk Whiskey in our next segment. The author of Gambler's Dharma, Sports Betting with Vedic Astrology, is going to do our picks again for us this week, and he did really good last week, so I can't wait to hear what he tells us this week. Stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
Have you ever wanted something so bad that you do just about anything for it? Well, that's exactly how we feel about you. That's right. AdamandEve.com wants you so bad. We're giving you 10 free gifts with your first order. You heard me right. That's 10 free gifts to spice up your love life. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, an adventurous toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. That's 10 free gifts for you shy types who've never tried Adam and Eve before. Just go to AdamandEve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, a sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code BABE16 at checkout, and you'll get all 10 free gifts, including free shipping. That's offer code BABE16. That's BABE 16 at AdamandEve.com.
We'll get back to the show in a few moments, but I just wanted to take some time and tell everyone about Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country. They feature over 2,000 specialty coffee blends, all at your fingertips at BeanGenius.com. Here's how it works. Head on over to BeanGenius.com and take their palate profiler test to find out what coffee best fits your taste. Then select from a variety of subscription plans. Every subscription comes with free shipping, and delivery can even be scheduled for once or twice each month. And based upon your review of each coffee blend you try, Bean Genius actually learns your individual taste preferences and then suggests future coffee blends for you. And now you can get 10% off your Bean Genius subscription when you use our promo code PIKE at checkout. Bean Genius offers a variety of subscription plans to suit any coffee lover's needs. Subscribe with Bean Genius today and start enjoying some of the best tasting coffee around. And save 10% off your coffee plan with promo code PIKE.
The following segment on Turnpike Sports is intended for entertainment purposes only. Please bet with your head, not over it. Problem gambler? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. You know, this is the time when we usually have our Vedic astrologer, Simon Chalkwisky, on. But, hey, the guy's a busy guy. He's got clients. He's flying all around. So, unfortunately, Simon can't meet with us. He nailed his picks last week.
He did a great job.
Unbelievable. But Simon's going to be back. It just situation out of his control.
We're proceeding without him this week, but he will be back in 2 weeks.
I'm not picking anything.
No.
I'm not doing any
I meant doing the show.
Okay.
I didn't mean
I'm not
talking about picks. That's his domain.
I'm not doing the star charts. But,
But Simon is off this week. The show is going to be off next week for Thanksgiving, but we'll be back on the air the week after Thanksgiving.
But in the meantime, don't forget to pick up Simon Chalkwisky's book, Gambler's Dharma, Sports Betting with Vedic Astrology, and check out Simon's website, spirittype.com.
And also, don't forget to visit our sponsors. We've got BeanGenius.com.
Love Bean Genius.
You get 10% off your order when you use our promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. We've also got MyPillow. You get special discounts when you use our promo code CARDS, C-A-R-D-S there. And also, visit our friends over at Adam and Eve. You hear the commercials throughout the show. You get 10 free gifts, including free shipping, when you use our promo code BABE16, B-A-B-E-1-6. That's Adam and Eve, BABE16, MyPillow, CARDS, C-A-R-D-S, and Bean Genius. 10% off your subscription when you use our promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E.
So until next time, we want to wish you all a happy and safe Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
See you later out on the Turnpike.